job that you can make payments on time and make whatever that car payment is. So they want to make sure that you can afford whatever car you look at. Now, what are the banks looking for all of the listeners out there that may have some credit issues? During this time, there's two main things that they're looking at. They're looking at job time and residence time. They want to see how long you've been on the job and how long you've been living where you're at. And obviously, they want to look at your income. How much money are you making based on your current bills, and can you afford a car payment? And so those are the things that they're going to look for. Now, this is this podcast is basically going to be used to help inform you, the automotive consumer, on the things that you need to know as far as buying a vehicle. Now, this was our very first episode where we will be doing an episode like this every day, Monday through Thursday, and typically they're going to be anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. And then on Friday, we will have a live show where we'll recap everything that we've talked about during the week, and we'll give you an opportunity to ask me questions about your particular situation. So on our next episode tomorrow, we're going to be talking about understanding the finance application. Some of you out here do not know a finance application. You don't understand what the finance application is. I'm sorry, not application, but your finance contract. Your finance contract. You don't understand that. I've had people call me and say, hey, you know what, this dealership took advantage of me. I had a higher than normal interest rate, or my payment was higher. I told them I needed to be at this payment. And the first question I asked them, I said, did you sign the contract? And they always say yes, but I didn't really look at it. Well, that's not the dealership or the bank's problem. You got to understand your finance contract when you sign it. So we're going to go into detail on that. That's what we do here on this podcast, is we work on educating you, the consumer, so you understand how things are when it comes to purchasing a car. We're going to talk on the next episode tomorrow. We're going to talk about credit scores and how do banks look at credit scores. And you need to understand that there's a lot of online companies that offer credit scores. You need to understand that those credit scores are not the same credit scores that the credit bureaus have. There's a lot of online companies that have their own model for creating a credit score. And so you need to understand that. I've had many people come and see me, and they always talk about, well, my credit score, they may say my credit score is 600, but when I see them, the credit score is 500. Well, because they're not using the same credit scoring system that the credit bureaus are using. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the different types of dealerships. You have your buy here, pay here dealerships. That's where you buy a car and you make a payment to the place where you bought the car. Then you have your franchise used car lots. These are the places that are set up more like a dealership. They actually have used cars, but they also have their own financing, and they will help you in getting into a vehicle through their own finance company. So they basically underwrite their own loans. And I'm not going to mention any names, but a lot of you have cars through some of these companies. And then there are the full franchise car dealerships, the ones that you'll see that have a manufacturer's name on the window, and you can buy a new car from there. So there's three different types of dealerships that you look at, and all of those dealerships are going to fit different situations. So I'm going to go into that tomorrow. Also, if you want to find out more information about the Carman Show, you want some information or help on your situation, feel free to go to my website. My website is thecarmanshow.com. That's thecarmanshow.com. Go to the website. There's several ways that you can get in contact with me through the website. This is a podcast for you, the automotive consumer. And don't think that it's only for people with good credit, or it's only for people with bad credit, or it's only for rich people, or it's only for poor people. It is for everybody, because everybody out here listening to me has a car and has a situation that they may be dealing with. And so I'm here after doing over 2,000 radio shows and talking to over 1 million people over the last 20 plus years. I pretty much have heard anything and everything that could go on with your situation. So I look forward to talking with you tomorrow. Look for the podcast, The Carman Show. I urge you to share this podcast with other people. My goal has always been getting the message out to the people, educating people, young and old, and mostly people that don't understand everything about the business. So I look forward to talking with you tomorrow. Remember, the website is thecarmanshow.com, and I always like to end each show and now each podcast by saying, "You can with Carman."